Eddie Palmieri, a name that has echoed through the world of salsa and Latin jazz for more than 6 decades, has left behind a legacy that will live forever. The music world is mourning the loss of this 9-time Grammy Award-winning pianist, bandleader and composer, whose groundbreaking sound redefined the boundaries of Latin music. His passing marks the end of an era, but his influence will continue to inspire countless musicians and fans for generations to come. The atmosphere at Eddie Palmieri's funeral was one of deep respect, sorrow, and overwhelming admiration. Friends, family, and fans from across the globe gathered to pay their final respects to the man who had given them not just music, but a sense of identity, pride, and joy through his artistry. The venue was adorned with vibrant floral arrangements, deep reds, golds, and tropical greens, colours reminiscent of the fiery passion Eddie poured into every performance. In the front row sat fellow musicians, many of whom had shared the stage with Eddie over the years. Among them was salsa icon Willie Colón, who delivered a heartfelt tribute that left no dry eye in the room. Willie spoke of their early days, remembering when Eddie's fearless approach to blending jazz harmonies with Afro-Caribbean rhythms turned the salsa world upside down. Emotional, Eddie wasn't just a musician, Cuccles, Colón said with emotion. He was an innovator, a rebel, and a brother. He showed us all that music could be both deeply traditional and boldly new. Colón's tribute was not just spoken, it was performed. In a stunning musical farewell, he led an ensemble in a rendition of one of Eddie's most beloved compositions. The sound of the congas, timbales, and brass filled the air, transforming the somber atmosphere into a celebration of life, exactly the way Eddie would have wanted. Audience members swayed, clapped, and even danced through tears, honoring the maestro in the language he understood best: music. Many attendees shared personal memories of Eddie's generosity and humor. Younger musicians recounted how he would spend hours mentoring them, insisting that they not only master their instruments, but also understand the cultural roots of the rhythms they played. Fans recalled how Eddie would stay long after shows to sign autographs, take photos, and thank everyone for supporting live music. His humility, despite his legendary status, was something that left a lasting impression on all who met him. In his career, Eddie Palmieri pushed the boundaries of Latin music like few others. From his groundbreaking album Harlem River Drive, which fused Latin rhythms with funk and soul, to his adventurous jazz explorations, he was never afraid to take risks. His mastery of the piano was matched only by his deep understanding of Afro-Caribbean traditions, a combination that earned him respect in both the jazz and salsa worlds. The service ended with a poignant moment. Eddie's piano, placed at the front of the room, stood silent, adorned with a single white rose. As the final notes of the tribute faded, the audience rose in a standing ovation, not for a performance, but for a life lived in music, innovation, and cultural pride. Outside, the streets filled with fans and musicians playing Eddie's songs, turning the day into a street-side celebration. Salsa dancers spun and twirled, horns blared into the evening air, and percussion echoed down the block. It was as if the city itself was saying goodbye, one beat at a time. Eddie Palmieri's passing leaves a void in the world of Latin jazz and salsa, but his spirit will live on every time a pianist strikes a montuno, every time a horn section blares over a clave rhythm, and every time people come together to dance. His influence is carved into the DNA of the music he loved, and it will continue to guide future generations of musicians. As Willie Colón so beautifully put it in his tribute, thoughtful, legends don't really die. Short pause, they just change stages. Eddie Palmieri has left this stage, but somewhere, in some other place, you can be sure he's still at the piano, smiling that mischievous smile and playing the kind of music that makes the world dance.